Your miracle has begun to touch your life. And tonight, I am opening before you a door of provision, support, and favor beyond what you once dared to hope for. My beloved child, let your heart become still and hear me speak in peace. Do not let the noises around you cause you to rush past this moment. For there are times when I come not with display, but with a gentle reminder, with a warm awareness in the heart, with a confirmation that you have never been forgotten. What I am placing before you is not a distant promise for you to continue waiting for in weariness, but a beginning already moving in the hidden places of your life. You may not yet see everything with your eyes, but I have begun arranging what is needed to bring you out of lack, out of prolonged worry, out of the feeling that you must handle alone the burdens no one fully understands. This moment has not fallen into your life without meaning. I know how to lead you to the right place at the right time, through paths you could not draw for yourself. There are meetings that seem ordinary, yet carry the mark of heavenly arrangement. There are words you hear at the right time that become keys to unlock faith covered in dust. There are nights that seem like only another night in a long chain of weariness. But in my hand, they become the starting point of change. Therefore, receive this word with humility and watchfulness, not with panic, not with fear of missing out, but with the faith that I am your Father, and I know what you need even before you can name it. I have seen the days when your heart was heavy. I have seen the times when you looked at your circumstances and quietly wondered when relief would come. I have seen the nights when you lay still while your heart was full of sighs, the moments when you smiled at others while inwardly you were silently struggling. Not one of your tears has fallen without my knowing. Not one of your prayers has vanished into emptiness. There are words you spoke only in silence, yet I heard them clearly. There are pains you have never explained to anyone, yet I understand them completely. And because I have seen it all, I am also preparing an answer for you that will not only touch your outward need, but also heal the deep weariness within your heart. Tonight, believe that my hand has not grown short, and my love has not run dry. The things that once held you in anxiety are gradually losing their power. The thoughts that made you believe you would remain forever trapped in lack are being replaced by the light of hope. Doors that seem tightly shut are not always locked forever. Sometimes I hold them back until you are ready enough to walk through without losing your peace. I do not merely want to give you a gift. I want to teach you how to enter abundance with a steady heart. I do not merely want to untangle one problem before you. I want you to know that your true source of provision does not rest in chance, does not depend on the pity of others, but rests in me, the one who always knows how to open a way where there seems to be no way. Perhaps you once thought blessing was for others, while you stood outside watching them receive support. But I say to you that you have not been left behind. You are not a forgotten voice among countless prayers. You belong to me, and I know your name. I know your circumstances, the concerns you hide away, the things you need but hesitate to speak of, even the things you thought you had grown used to enduring so much that you no longer expected change. But my beloved child, being familiar with hardship does not mean hardship is allowed to remain forever. I am breathing a new wind into what has grown old. I am rebuilding faith where it has been worn down. I am teaching you to open your hands, not to grasp in desperation, but to receive in peace. The provision I bring may come through ways you did not expect. It may be an opportunity opened at the right time, a connection sent with good intent, a matter resolved, a burden lightened, a new idea placed in your mind, or a door of work, a project, or support that you did not see before. Do not limit the way I move to the small image you once imagined. I am not bound by your schedule, nor am I limited by what you consider possible. When I desire to lift you up, I can use something simple to open a great outcome. When I desire to break the cycle of lack, I can begin with a change inside your heart before outward circumstances turn around. Therefore, pay attention to guidance, to peace, and to doors that carry pure light. Do not enter blessing with a fearful posture. Do not tell yourself that what is good will come and quickly leave. Do not let the past teach you to doubt every new grace. I am not like those who promised and then forgot. I am not like the places that gave you hope and then disappointed you. I am your compassionate Father, and when I give something, I also teach you how to preserve it in wisdom. If provision comes, be grateful. If an opportunity opens, walk slowly with discernment. If a financial door is cleared, use it with a pure heart, knowing how to support what is good, how to bring order to your life, and how to sow goodness instead of letting old worry continue to rule. True blessing does not only fill your hands, it also strengthens your heart. I want you to understand that breakthrough is not always a great explosion that changes everything in an instant. Sometimes it begins when you are no longer afraid as before. Sometimes it begins when you believe again after a long season of doubt. Sometimes it begins with a small decision, not to give up, not to curse your own future, not to call yourself a failure, not to treat present lack as your final destiny. When your heart changes its posture before me, you begin to see pathways that fear had once hidden. And when you follow that light, you will see that I have placed signs of my care all along the road. Let tonight become a night of rest and trust. You do not need to stay awake in anxiety to prove that you care about the future. You do not need to force yourself to guess how I will act. Entrust to me the numbers that make you tense, the responsibilities that weigh upon your heart, the fears of tomorrow that you have carried for too long. Tell your heart that you are cared for. Remind yourself that I am still working even when everything seems quiet. My silence is not absence many times. It is the place where I am quietly arranging the things you cannot yet see. My beloved child, what I have begun in your life will not be extinguished by the doubt of the night if you remain in faith. Keep your heart tender, pure, and grateful. Do not despise small beginnings, for in my hand, a small seed can become a great harvest. Do not let old delays cause you to close your heart to new favor. I am bringing you into a season where you learn again to expect what is good, not because circumstances are always easy, but because I am always faithful. When provision begins to unfold, you will know that I do not only see your need, I also see the future into which I want to lead you. Lift up your head in peace. My child, what I open, I will preserve. What I give, I will teach you to receive. And what I have appointed for you in love, I will cause to blossom at the right time through my gentleness, wisdom, and power. You have stood at the edge of your promise for too long. And I want you to know that I have not taken that waiting lightly. I have seen the days when you stood very near to what you prayed for. Yet, an invisible distance seemed to keep you from stepping in. I have seen the times when you tried to hold on to faith while circumstances said the opposite. I have seen the voices that distracted you, the delays that made you weary, the doubts that crept in when you wondered whether you were hoping for too much. But you did not let go. You continued to rise. You continued to believe, even when that faith sometimes remained only a small flame in the deep night. And because you have endured in places no one saw, I am acting now with a power beyond what you could arrange for yourself. Do not let the limitations before your eyes cause you to underestimate what I can do. My power is not measured by the money you currently have, by the doors you see closing, by the relationships you think you lack, or by circumstances trying to say that everything has reached its end. I am not limited by what you call little. I do not need the world's favor to create a way for you. When I decide to open a path, even the place where there seems to be no road must make room for your steps. When I place provision upon your life, what is small can become enough. What is dry can be renewed, and what was stuck can begin to move. I am still the one who does things beyond human understanding. And today, I am still with you with unchanging kindness. A divine shift is taking place in your life. Even though your eyes have not yet seen it fully, invisible things are being rearranged in your favor. Doors that once stood silent are being prepared to open at the right time. There were setbacks you once wept over, but I used them as places to reposition your steps. You thought it was failure, but I saw preparation in it. You thought it was the wrong turn, but I knew it was the path that would keep you from what would drain you. You thought you were being slowed down, but I was keeping you from entering what had not yet matured. No season of your life is outside my sight. No road you have walked is beyond my power to turn into the foundation for something better. My beloved child, I have never forgotten you. I have never turned my back on your cry. I have never left you to manage alone in loneliness as you once thought. Even when everything outwardly seemed still, my hand was quietly working behind curtains you could not see. I have touched the people connected to you. I have arranged times, meetings, opportunities, closings, and openings. I held some things back, not to make you sad, but to protect you from things that appeared good, yet carried no true peace. I allowed some doors to close, not because you were unworthy, but because I had prepared for you an entrance wider, cleaner, and more fitting for what I placed within you. Now you are entering your season of restoration. What was once worn down by time, by pain, by delay, by silent battles, I will not leave in ruin. I know how to restore not only what you lost, but also the strength, joy, purity, and courage you thought were no longer the same. I will turn the place once covered in ashes into a place of blooming. I will place upon you the beauty of hope instead of the marks of sorrow. I will pour joy into the place where sighs once echoed. I will clothe you with the garment of gratitude in place of the burden that caused you to bow your head for too long. The things that once weighed heavily within you will no longer have the right to rule your steps. I am replacing heaviness with peace, lack with provision, confusion with purpose, and exhaustion with new life that comes from me. Therefore, do not predict your future by your present condition. What you see today is not the whole story. The numbers, the circumstances, the words others speak, and what is still missing in your hands are not the final voice. I am doing a new thing, and that new thing often begins in silence before it shines before everyone's eyes. It begins when you no longer define yourself by what has happened. It begins when you stop calling yourself delayed and begin recognizing that you are being prepared. It begins when you return to me the control over things you cannot repair by yourself. Tonight, let your heart open in trust. Let my peace enter the hidden rooms within you where anxiety and weariness once dwelt. I know there are times when you feel overlooked, as if your faithfulness is not recognized, as if your quiet efforts bring no visible result. But I want to place this truth deep within you. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are not outside my plan. You are the child I love, the one I still call by the name of favor. My hand is upon your life, not only in radiant days, but also in the seasons when your heart is weakest. I have declared goodness over your journey, and what I have declared cannot be erased by delay, by slander, or by temporary circumstances. Remember that I can raise a person from the lowest place to a place of entrusted responsibility at the time I have appointed. I can turn a season of misunderstanding into a launching place for wisdom. I can use the place that once wounded you to prepare in you a heart deep enough, tender enough, and steady enough to receive something greater. Do not despise the years spent hidden. Do not take lightly the lessons learned in solitude. Do not think the days when no one saw you were useless. It was there that I forged endurance within you. It was there that I taught you to distinguish between noise and the true call. It was there that I matured you so that when the door opens, you will not enter with pride, but with humility and peace. The shift that is coming will carry my mark, not the mark of chaos. It may come sooner than you think, but it will not cause you to lose direction. For I will give you clarity to recognize and walk in it. There are things I do suddenly, yet they are never without preparation. To you, it may feel like a surprise. To me, it is the result of a plan long preserved. You will look back and realize that I quietly guided every detail, even the things you once did not understand. You will see that delay did not defeat the promise. You will see that what was taken away could not stop me from restoring in a better way. You will see that my hand did not only rescue you from the pit of despair, but also lifted you into a wider place, where you can breathe, rejoice, and live with gratitude and clear purpose. So stand firm. Do not surrender your heart to fear when the shift begins. Do not let the memory of old disappointment make you doubt new blessing. Do not shrink back just because you were wounded in past seasons of hope. I am calling you out of the land of weary, waiting, and into the appointed season of restoration. Receive my peace. Let faith within you be lit again. Believe that what I am doing is not small, not random, and not late. I am acting right now in the parts you cannot yet see, in the places you have not yet touched, in the stories you thought had already closed. And when the moment breaks open with light, you will know that I was there from the beginning, leading you through every night of darkness to bring you into a fuller dawn. Now, my child, Regard this moment as a quiet yes before my guidance, not to seek human praise, not to be seen or recognized, but as a small act of faith offered in sincerity. There are things very simple before the eyes of the world, yet in the depths of your heart, they become declarations that you trust my timing, trust my hand, and believe that I am not late and have not forgotten what I promised. When you choose to respond with trust, even in one very small act, you are sowing a seed of expectation. That seed does not need to be loud in order to have life. It only needs to be planted with honesty, and I will cause it to grow in its appointed season. My beloved child, I see every movement within your heart. Every time you choose faith instead of giving up. Every time you choose peace instead of letting fear lead the way. I do not overlook small things. I do not take lightly your quiet choices. There are actions no one knows about. But I know there are prayers you cannot fully form into sentences. But I have heard them. There are tears you quickly wiped away so others would not see. But I have held them in my mercy. And now I want you to understand that sincere obedience never falls to the ground in vain. What you do in humility will be answered by me through signs of grace. Through openings your mind cannot yet fully explain. Through meetings, opportunities, and support arriving exactly when you need them. There are doors I am opening for you, and no hand can close them when I have decided that you will walk through. The places that once rejected you will no longer have the right to define your worth. The voices that once dismissed you will have to be silent before what I have placed upon your life. Where you were once overlooked, I will cause you to be recognized in the right way. Where you were once misunderstood, I will bring clarity through truth and through my timing. Do not grieve over old doors that have closed, because not every closed door is a loss. There are places where I did not allow you to remain because they were too small for what I was preparing. There are rejections that were truly protection. So, you would not set foot in places that would wear down the light within you. In rooms you have never entered, I can still cause your name to be mentioned in a good way. You do not need to push your way forward to be seen, nor lift yourself up to be recognized, nor fight with weariness to prove that you are worthy. When my time comes, I can place you in the minds of those who need to see what I have placed within you. I can cause intercession to rise for you from people you never expected. I can sow favor into upright connections. I can open pure circles of support, where you are lifted not because you begged, but because my grace went before you and prepared the way. You are about to realize that there are opportunities that come not through force, but through arrangement. They will not pull you into chaos, nor require you to lose your peace in exchange for success. What comes from me will carry light, clarity, and a deep stillness, even when you still need courage to step into it. When I say your season has come, nothing can hinder what I have appointed. But I also want you to enter that season with humility, not arrogance, with patience, not haste, without allowing blessing to distance you from the one who blesses. Remember that what I give is not only to lift you up, but also to make you a source of light, comfort, and encouragement for others who are waiting in their own twilight. You have been through enough, and I want you to know that I have seen how you held on. I saw the days when you were tired, but still tried to keep your heart from becoming bitter. I saw you continue seeking me, even when the answer had not yet come. I saw you offer thanks in circumstances where others might only have complained. I saw you still choose kindness, even when you yourself lacked gentleness. I saw you help when you did not have much. Encourage others when your own heart needed lifting. And keep believing when everything around you seemed to shake. You thought these things were small, but in my eyes, they carry the fragrance of faithfulness. Now I am bringing you a public answer for the things you sowed in secret. Not so you may boast in yourself, but so you may know that I am righteous and compassionate. The blessings that are coming will not only fill your hands, they will strengthen your heart. They will silence the lies that once said you could not rise, that you were forgotten, that you were only destined for lack and disappointment. I will use your very life as evidence that delay does not mean denial, that the one who once cried in silence can still step into the light, that painful seasons cannot cancel the good calling I have placed upon you. I am opening the storehouse of my grace in its proper season, so the dry places in your life may be watered, so the work of your hands may be blessed, so the seeds you have sown will no longer remain forever beneath the soil in silence. You asked for enough strength to get through, but I want to give you abundance, so you may not merely survive, but live in the spaciousness of gratitude. You asked for a little light, so you would not stumble, but I want to kindle within you an enduring lamp, so you can light the way for yourself and for others. You asked to be healed in one painful place, but I want to lead you into a deeper restoration, where broken pieces no longer rule the way you see the future. You once asked for a door, but I can prepare for you an entire new dwelling place of peace, a wider space for calling, growth, and things you once never dared to believe you could receive. Do not limit me by the memory of seasons of lack. Do not measure what I am about to do by the times you were rejected. Do not let old fear shrink your expectation. I do not give to you according to the narrowness of your current circumstances, but according to the riches of my love for you. When I restore, I do not merely replace what was lost. I also teach you how to walk in wholeness, wisdom, and peace, so that what is given may remain for a long time. Therefore, stand firm in this hour. Let your heart say yes to my timing, to my opened way, to the restoration I am bringing. Do not become impatient because you cannot yet see everything at once. Do not be confused if blessing comes in a humbler form than you imagined. Recognize the small signs, the timely encounters, the gentle movements, the doors opened with peace. I am going before you, preparing the way for you, lifting you from the place where you once thought you could not stand. And as you continue to walk in trust, you will see that what I have prepared is not only enough for today, but also expands into the days ahead with a beauty for which your heart will not cease giving thanks. There are no coincidences in my kingdom, and the fact that you are hearing this word at this very moment is not accidental. My beloved child, let your heart become still and receive what I am placing before you with reverence. For there are moments in life that do not come merely to pass by, but to mark a turning. This is not only an ordinary reminder, nor merely an echo among the many voices around you. This is a gentle yet powerful confirmation that I still see you. I still guide you. and still place my hand upon your journey in ways you cannot yet fully understand. You did not enter this moment by chance. Everything you have passed through, the nights when you prayed in silence, the times when you tried to hold on to faith, though you were weary inside, all of it has been seen by me. I know there were moments when you wondered whether your prayer was heard, whether your quiet tears had any meaning, whether the long waiting was a sign that you had been forgotten. Today I say to you, you have not been forgotten. Not one whisper of yours has fallen into emptiness. Not one pure longing within you has been overlooked. Everything you offered in faith has been placed in my hand, and I am causing it to blossom in its proper season. Open your hands, but also open your heart. There are blessings that cannot be received with a hurried mind or a heart still filled with doubt. I am preparing you not only to see what I give, but also to have enough peace to keep it, enough wisdom to walk with it, and enough humility to understand that every good thing comes from my love. The things that are about to shift in your life may surprise you, but to me, they have long been arranged. I saw you in this day before you passed through the former days. I prepared the opening before you knew you needed a way. My messengers have been sent out for your good. There are protections you cannot see, arrangements you cannot yet name, meetings being drawn near, and doors being opened at the most beautiful time. What you once thought was delay may have been the way I protected you from what was not yet mature. What you once thought was loss may have been the way I made room for something greater. And what you once thought was only a small hope is now being breathed into new life by me. Therefore, do not be afraid when your life begins to change. Do not draw back from what I am opening. The blessing I have for you is not as small as the limits you once imagined, nor does it come according to the pattern you drew in worry. It will come in my way, at the right time, pure, enduring, and full of peace. Believe that this is the time when I am calling you out of hesitation and into receiving. You have been preserved through the season of waiting. And now I am leading you nearer to what you prayed for with a sincere heart. Be ready, my beloved child, for what I do will not only touch your circumstances, but will also renew the way you see yourself, your journey, and my unchanging love.